Welcome back to One Consciousness. This week we're right in the middle of the eclipse season. So last week this was heralded and started by the full supermoon on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on which part of the world you're living in right now. Since then, and as we build up in this whole ascension process, everything is intensifying so much that externally it's like the horses are galloping and galloping and galloping. That energy is speeding up everywhere externally, and internally you might be feeling that same level of acceleration as well. The horses are very much advising us now to go within and keep centered and keep releasing and releasing and releasing to the point where that peace and calm comes through. So all those shoulds and ought tos and all the conditioning that society has put on us, bit by bit we have been releasing all of that conditioning, and they're asking us to go deeper again and release more and release more. There is that feeling now of overall release as the Earth's crust also starts to release the volcanoes erupting, the earthquakes happening. So much of this intense pressure that has built up is now releasing, and as you can see in all the news worldwide, it is magnified right now to such an extent that that's why they are asking us to go within and to be calm and to accept that since the full supermoon, all those shields have come down, all the dimensions are merging. The veil is much more transparent. So you may well be having dreams of your loved ones, deceased loved ones coming through to you. Animals, humans, part of nature that may have passed too. So everything is now coming back. Everything is merging as we speed up and go full throttle into the ascension time where everything is about to change. So the message this week from the horses is to let that outpouring of grief come out. The rain is coming down in so many places at such speed and in such huge volumes that there are floods in many parts of Europe right now. And I'm aware there's flooding as well in other parts of the world currently. This is a cleansing that's going on, as difficult as it is for those involved. Everything is happening as a cleansing process. So it could be that we're feeling the cold and shivering, whether that's metaphorically or whether it's actually physically, or maybe both. We're seeing a lot of what the horses are calling class A type of behavior. And that's the very dominant humans that are trying desperately hard to make their voices heard now, and heard by everyone. And I'm sure that everyone's been watching these videos knows exactly what I mean by that. And they're just asking us to observe at the moment and not get caught up in that type of energy. So things are coming to a close, but we still have further to go. We are in the storm at the moment. And what they're saying is that being in the stillness while the downloads and the upgrades of energy come into you and are transmitted to you, we are all going through a very transcendent period at the moment. And if we can see it like that and hold it in that reverence, it makes it easier somehow to accept everything else that's going on, both internally and externally. So one of my other horses was talking as well about the veils being very transparent during this eclipse season, She's been working very hard with all the levels of energy going through the different dimensions that I've mentioned in previous videos. So she's saying this time feels as though it's speeded up. And there are many endings now, but we are ready for new beginnings. So take time to be in peace, she says. Be still and go within. Open and receive these energies that are coming in. Sit with them, be receptive to them, aspire them. So many portals are opening up during this eclipse season. And this could mean so many different things. Nature is making its voice heard. And you will see this multiply over the next 3 weeks. There is so much happening and will be so much more happening, she says. So it's important to remain grounded and centered and ask your wisdom within, your guides or your animals to help you. The animals are always here for us to help guide us. They know exactly what is happening right now and can help us with the energies to accept and move on. Just by being with them in their presence will help to keep you calm during this time. They're actually referring to a rocket is going to come from nowhere. So this may be figurative rather than literal for those in the UK, but it will make everyone sit up and take note. So the electromagnetic shields are being taken down and removed this time. Completely removed, I believe she's saying, whereas before there have been attempts to put them back up. This time it feels like they are being removed completely. So walk forwards now into new earth. And as we mentioned in the past couple of videos, the vast expanse of people looking up to the skies. They're all standing separately, but all looking up to the same phenomenon. And I'm wondering if this isn't also figurative now for the downloads that are coming into us in laser-like focus, because they are so strong. We will feel it coming in from above, which at the same time makes you want to keep looking up. I do feel, however, that the sky is going to part in some way. So the darker part of the sky will open to reveal the light, but maybe more in terms of showing a portal of light or a vortex of light that's going away from us rather than a flash of light towards now. So we're now looking at many, many ways of releasing, going with the flow, surrendering, as one of my horses always says, surrender, surrender, surrender to the release. Neptune is at the anaretic degree of Pisces now, so that's at 29 degrees. So it's highlighting everything about that sign of Pisces. Hugely important for the horses, and what my other horse was always drawing, if you remember me saying in the land, the sign of the fish, imploring us to surrender to the collectiveness of consciousness. And that consciousness is the one consciousness where our egos are finally let go of, and we become one within the whole of the oneness. So this is about us now. It's not about me. It is about us as the collective. These times are really upon us now. And I'll be putting out another video at the end of the week about this, about another vision that my horses have given me, about the intensity of what's happening at the moment, but how we have all our guides around us if you work with the angelic realm, if you work with the archangels and all the masters, working with your animals, working with nature, they are all so close around us energetically now, all here to help us as we all move together and walk alongside together now into New Earth.